ready for the fourth quarter at High Corbett Field. 40-33, Atlantic leads the Capital Express. And it's been a dandy. Here we go again. Here come the Greyhounds. On the kick. High pass just lofted a little too high. Tim Ford picked it down. Ford goes back outside to Kennedy. Kennedy back inside. They give it to Brunetti. Brunetti with good yardage. An overlap here. A little bit of space and a try.
Tim Ford took part in that try on 2 or 3 different occasions. Made the first break, came on to support later on.
So Tim Ford with the try for the Atlantic Greyhounds, and that extends their lead.
Great try there. Great team effort. Vince Brunetti, unsung hero in that one, kept the move alive.
Yeah, Vince Brunetti is a guy who's, you're exactly right, Andrew. He's an unsung hero throughout his career as a 7-a-side rugby player. Not a lot of speed, but wins a lot of ball and keeps the play alive.
Bashop's conversion kick is good and put 2 more points on the scoreboard. Let's take one more look here. You know, the great thing about this game truly is the fact that every player on the field, big or small, must have the basic skills. They all must run, pass, and catch the ball.
That's absolutely right. They all have a role to play at a certain time in the game.
So you saw Ford start that play off, then it went back to Kennedy, Brunetti, got back to Ford. Great try. Tim Ford has really come alive in this game, playing very well. From Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Tim used to play for Gloucester, England, came here on a tour a few years ago and liked it so much he's stayed ever since and now plays in Fort Lauderdale.
I like him so much I'm taking him back with me this afternoon, I think.
Dan Lyle, big Dan Lyle, he's a force out there, picks up a good hard 20 yards. However, the war being won by Brunetti. So Vinny Brunetti, born in Brooklyn, knocked down to the ground by Scott Stevens, and a penalty against the Atlantic Greyhounds. We'll see what the Capital Express can do with it. Good little spin movement that time by Will Brewington.
3 turnovers in a row there.
Right, they move the ball with Hill. Now they're going to try to run around the backside. Bashop looking for his receiver on the far side, Deacon. And the ball picked up, taken by the opposite number 8, Rory Lewis. And Lewis, with some hard running and then some help, gets the try.
A lot of sloppy play from both sides in the last 30 or 45 seconds, and it ended up costing the Atlantic a try.
I think Andrew pointed it out earlier, between the long runs in between whistles and the fact we do have some inclement weather out here. It's just a lot harder work.
That's right. Good to see actually that the Capitals have come back into it. I think the Express has finally got off again.
Tackled by Graham Bashop, but Rory Lewis managed to fight him off and score a great try.
So the conversion attempt coming up after Lewis's try.
We don't think so.
Seen Rory play in Tucson years ago in Interterritorial Sevens tournament.
Yeah, Rory's first experience at kind of all-star rugby was back here in, I think, 1987.
And that conversion attempt, tad bit unlucky, as it hits the posts. As Paul Sheehy's attempt, just right on the money, but right on the pole. So there you have your score, as the Express trail the Greyhounds 47-38. Fourth period action. Here's the kick, and it goes through the try area, so I believe this will be the equivalent of American football touchback and a 25-yard dropout.
Now under the new rules,
that's
Dave,
right. That says
you're not allowed to kick into the end zone, and so the ball comes back to a scrum at midfield. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake.
That's one of the unfortunate. I'd forgotten about that, to tell you the truth. How could I do that? If you don't allow the other team, really the idea of the law is to make sure you allow the other team a chance to return the kick. And that's certainly something that is sensitive in American football as well. If you don't allow the other team a chance to return it, then it's no good.
Another good scrum by Capital there. And they take the ball away from Atlantic.
Rumbaka with a move, Rumbaka with a pass, and taken by Wilkinson finally. And Wilkinson immediately finds John Redmond, and that combination good for 5.
That started out from great scrummaging by Capital. They just pushed Atlantic off the ball.
That's right, great play, and wasn't that fantastic Fijian high kick and high stepping through to the touchline by Rumbaka?
So nice thing, world-class players like Rumbaka Look at Charlie Wilkins. He's at 36. He's still got it. That one-on-one move, and then he puts John Redmond away. Nice try.
Well, we've got a close score again. And with that conversion good, it gets ever so much closer.
There's still about 5 minutes left. This game could change. The lead could change hands several times before this thing's over.
I tell you, this league means a lot to the players out here. The World Rugby Football League, they're really going for it out there on the pitch.
47 to 45. Kick.
Atlantic's been a little cute out here. It may cost them.
Basham's pass. Got away from him. And a knock forward that saves the day for the Greyhounds.
Atlantic were moving the ball around back in their own territory, which is okay, but no one was trying to do anything to create anything, and they eventually got in a lot of trouble. They were lucky not to get away with a try score.
Well, the Greyhounds pack very much pressure on the side. Dan Kennedy tied up. Just shy of the try line now are the Capital Express in attack now.
I think someone should have cleared that ball away with a big long kick at that point. They were in a lot of trouble, and there was never anything going to happen at that point.
Particularly with the law enacted a year ago. The Atlanta Greyhounds took it into that maul, and it'll be the scrummage of the Express now.
Who's dominating the scrummages throughout this game, so Capital Express has got a big opportunity to score here.
Well, they could be ahead in a matter of seconds. Wilkinson can't handle it cleanly. However, play continues. They toss it outside to Dean.
It's Gallagher. He's done it again.
Brian Gallagher with another try. And he puts the Express ahead.
Brian Gallagher has got some great one-on-one moves that he's shown in this game. But the Capital were lucky to score that try because they didn't get good possession from the scrum. There's Brian Gallagher again, shaking off the tackle, and he's in.
When we talk about desire and determination in the World Rugby Football League, Brian Gallagher broke his nose earlier. He's playing the broken nose out there, and he means business.
The conversion kick is good, and the lead has changed hands. And it is now in the hands of the Capital Express. 52 to 47.
Yeah, Atlantic got here with their aggressiveness, and then the last few minutes they started being a little passive and moving the ball around more slowly, and I think they need to go back to a much more aggressive kind of a game. I think that's the kind of game that can succeed against Capital.
Okay, they're waiting to get another football in play as you take across the way. The handsome young Andrew Harriman there, you see. The kick nearly taken all the way by Dan Lyle. Instead, we're going to have a scrummage for Atlanta.
I'm watching that right now.
Right now, they are 90 yards away from the score.
He's too big. Good. Hold it. In you go.
Out of come to Wilkinson. And to Wilkinson again. Redmond. Redmond looking for Granger. The Express trying to add to a lead. Here's Redmond. Still working out in front of the posts. Out it goes to Sheehy. Sheehy looking for space. Cuts it back inside. Finds a gap. Puts it down.
That could be the game winner.
I think it could be. You're quite right there, Emil. I think Atlantic are not showing as much desire at the moment as the Capitals, and Capitals are well worth their lead right now.
Talk about a big swing. Sheehy just found that little gap. He took two of the Greyhounds with him, then cut it back inside. There you see the two of them just overcommitted on the coverage. Opened the door himself and knocked.
That's the beauty of the game. 5-6 minutes ago, Atlantic were streaking ahead of here. The Capitals have come back, and they've blown them away right now. They've got to do something about it, Atlantic, straight off this kickoff.
No good.
Well, the conversion misses wide. That may come into play. However, it won't have an opportunity to come into play. That is the end of the match. What a comeback. The Capital Express, down by many in the fourth period, come back to defeat the Atlantic Greyhounds by 10. Our final score, the Capital Express 57 and the Atlantic Greyhounds 47. We'll be back to wrap this one up right after this.